everyone. So today is Thursday and I am baking up a storm for a fall craft festival this weekend. So all summer long I've been running my own home bakery. It has been called Nice Buns Home Bakery. I started that over a decade ago, making homemade cinnamon rolls, and I brought that back when we moved back to where we originally moved years ago. Anyway, I brought that business back to our local farmers market and I expanded my menu to brown butter Rice Krispie treats, freshly baked chocolate chip cookies. I'm making pumpkin bread now, sort of a seasonal treat. It's so good, super moist and delicious. And cinnamon buns still as well, if I didn't mention that before. We wanted to kind of rebrand, change our name a little bit. So we are going to this first event on Saturday as St. E's Bakery, which I'm really excited about. St. Elizabeth of Hungary is actually the patron saint of bakers, among other things. So we pray for her intercession for our new business, or our existing business that is shifting to a new name. We're hoping to expand to serve more of our community and also maybe one day do some online sales as well. This is a little bit more work than I typically was doing each weekend throughout the summer because this craft festival has like 100 vendors. The farmers market that I usually go to typically only has about 10 or 12 vendors. It's very small. I have great customers that return week after week for my treats. So nice. It's great to interact with community members and to meet the other vendors too. But this is like a huge festival that I just wanted to be a part of. It's a fundraiser for a local park in the next township over. And I just love anything fall. So I thought it'd be fun to participate. But that means I have my work cut out for me because I have to bake like triple of what I normally bake. So I've got some kids homeschooling in the other room, also working on some sort of sneaky secret project that I am not allowed to know. They have a password to get in and out of the dining room right now that I am not privy to. I have a 7-month-old. Hi, Margaret. She's been joining me in the kitchen today. So it's busy, but it smells really good. And I'm gonna take you along today and the next 2 days with the preparations for the fall festival and then also the festival itself. Here we go. Okay, so I'm currently making 2 double batches of chocolate chip cookie dough, and then I'm gonna do that again. So I'm gonna do 8 batches total of cookie dough today. I'm scooping them out behind me here. My little electric hand mixer, I thought it was gonna catch on fire because it started smelling like smoke, so I stopped mixing with that. I think I was overdoing it just slightly, working it a little too hard. So instead, I'm just gonna do everything in my KitchenAid from here on out. I did 1 batch over there, or a double batch over there, and a double batch with my electric hand mixer, but the dough was... Hi, Margaret. Let's see Margaret. Maggie. Hi, Margaret. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to get to scooping the cookie dough. I like to use my large cookie scoop so that they're all uniform in size. And it's nice because there's this little lever that you push, so the cookie dough pops right out. If you flash freeze these, they won't stick together if you put them into gallon-sized Ziploc bags. Then I can store them in the refrigerator so that the flavors can kind of marry together, and I will bake them off tomorrow. Okay, so now it's a little bit after 9 o'clock at night and I'm making my cinnamon roll dough. I like to make it the night before I have to work with it because it's easier to work with when it is chilled. So I'm gonna make a big pot of cinnamon roll dough, put it in the refrigerator overnight, and then I can roll them out tomorrow. I also wanted to show you my giant vat of flour. I just got these new containers. So I have brown sugar over here. This holds like at least, I think 5 or 7 pounds of brown sugar, but this holds my whole 25-pound bag of flour, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna be digging into that for my cinnamon roll dough. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday and it's my big baking day. Margaret Mary says hello as well. So the first thing I'm gonna do this morning is make all my Rice Krispie treats because those kind of have the longest shelf life. They cool really quickly and then I can cut them up and package them right away. I like to save everything else till kind of as late as I can in the day, only because then it's even fresher for when I take it to the market first thing tomorrow morning. For my brown butter Rice Krispie treats, I actually use the Crispy Rice cereal from Aldi because it is gluten-free. Now, I can't claim that my home bakery is a gluten-free facility by any means, but some people have less of a reaction if they eat gluten, or they're just choosing not to eat gluten for more of a dietary reason than like a physical reaction they might have to it. So it's nice that I can at least have this gluten-free option that they might be able to enjoy. One of the secrets to my brown butter Rice Krispie treats is in the name. I brown the butter. So right now I'm melting my butter, but then I'm gonna continue to cook it, and the fats are gonna get kind of foamy on top and then sink to the bottom and start to toast, and they get golden brown. And it gives the Rice Krispie treats this awesome kind of gourmet, nutty, just ultra buttery, over the top flavor. They're so good. You can see these golden brown bits. So that's the brown butter. The fats are starting to toast. It smells really good. I just have to be careful. I keep the heat pretty low. I'm continuously stirring, and in just a minute here, we'll add the marshmallows into this. I like to weigh my treats to make sure that I have an even amount of Rice Krispie mixture in each pan so that everybody gets an equally sized bar. Just taking a quick snack break with my knockoff wheat thins and roasted red pepper hummus from Aldi. Delicious. Just choked on my water. No big deal.
Mmm. Yummy, yummy. Want some more? Mmm.
All right, just a little update. It's about noon on Friday. I'm on my third double batch of brown butter Rice Krispie treats. So those are almost done for the day. And then we're gonna break and have a little lunch. And I got some laundry done, did some vacuuming. You know, I still have to kind of run the house as I'm baking in my home. I am inspected and registered through the Department of Agriculture for my state, which is Pennsylvania. So there's different laws for every state as far as a cottage food business, which means baking from your home. I'm kind of limited as to what products I can bake because everything has to be, I guess you could say, shelf stable, like nothing needs to require refrigeration. So for example, I make cinnamon buns, but I make a vanilla glaze for them instead of like cream cheese frosting, which I would love, but you would have to refrigerate that. So I'm not allowed to make that. That's just one example. But in any case, my kitchen's all clean, and I store things the way they need to be stored. It's not too many restrictions. I mean, obviously I can have all my kids around. I keep them out of the kitchen while I'm cooking, except for this one who is contained. But like you can't have pets in your kitchen. But beyond that, it's pretty simple to bake from your home, at least in Pennsylvania. I just have to get my kitchen inspected every year and pay a little fee to have my formal registration on file with the state. This is my beautiful countertop convection oven, which maybe I should name. Comment below with the name for my convection oven. I'm still learning how to use it, but I figured out how to bake my cookies to my liking in this. And you've got the fans at the back, so the heat with the convection oven, it's circulating evenly, and it's nice because I have twice the capacity as my regular oven. Okay, now she's preheating. I took all the trays out so that when I put the cookie dough on them, they won't start like melting right away. I want the trays to be cool. As you can see in the reflection, Margaret is no longer down here. I'm being safe. She's gonna go in another room while I start actually baking everything. While the cookies bake, I cut and packaged my Rice Krispie treats. All right, this is my little cooling station. I have all my racks set up. Rice Krispie treats I made earlier. These cookies just came out of the oven, so they're cooling. These are the treats I've packaged so far. And I'll just keep rotating things out. As it cools, I'll package it up so I can consolidate it and make room for more baked treats. taking a little break for some snuggles. Someone was having a little bit of a meltdown, so we're just having a breather over here. All better. Sometimes I will have time to stop my baking, tidy up a little bit, and make some homemade dinner for my family. I'm usually baking on Fridays, so oftentimes that's just pizza night anyway. So tonight we're definitely getting takeout just because I'm so much busier. I'm like tripling the amount of baking that I typically do. So right now I'm taking a break, getting a little fresh air outside and grabbing some pizzas.
I've procured the goods.
Okay, I'm in the home stretch. It is now after dinner, and the last thing I'm doing is the cinnamon rolls. I like to bake those last because they take a little bit of time to cool, but also I cover them up overnight and then package them in the morning before the market because I just think they taste freshest that way. They're baked next to each other in the pan and they stay a little more moist. Once you cut them out, the edges can start to dry ever so slightly, so I'm trying to maintain that soft, fluffy cinnamon roll texture for as long as possible. Look at all this beautiful dough. Okay, so it's about 8:45 and all of my baking for the day is done. These are gonna cool and then get covered overnight, and I'll pack them up in the morning individually. And then I just have to wrap up the mini pumpkin breads tonight and we'll be good to go. Good morning. Saturday morning, a little bit sleepy today. Margaret was up a few times to eat during the night, but right now, people are getting up and dressed, getting breakfast, getting stuff together for soccer. Two of my boys have a soccer game this morning, and I am cutting up the buns and packaging them. Okay, so we made it to the market. It's been a busy morning. I didn't get any footage coming here because it was kind of chaotic getting set up. We had to pull our van in, unload everything, and then park it somewhere else. It's cold, we're freezing, but it's kind of a nice fall day. We've got our whole setup behind me here, and everything smells delicious. Okay, well that was a long day, and in fact we're leaving 3 hours before the event even ends because we have another event to go to tonight for something different. It was pretty successful. Our spot was not the best spot. We were kind of at the back of the festival, so not all of the crowd made their way back to see us, although we were right across from a touch-a-truck with a bunch of kids, so that was nice. We can always be like, cookies over here, Rice Krispie treats over here, and that reeled a couple of people in. But yeah, it was a successful day and a really fun, nice event. I love interacting with other people in the community. Yeah, I think we had a good time, but I think the kids are ready to go home and relax. All right, thank you so much for joining me here for a little vlog of what it's like owning a small home bakery business, selling in a local farmer's market or festival. And I guess I'll see you again soon.